Hello there everybody, Links here with the first episode of my new Terraria modding series that I am calling Terraria Modding Master Class. Instead of videos where I cover small stuff such as how to make a sword which would take only 10 minutes, instead I'm going to create videos that focus on a larger amount of things in one go. These videos are designed to allow you to learn how to create your own mod from basic items to more advanced stuff like NPC AI. In this video, however, I'm going to be teaching you how to set up your development environment. I'm going to show you two methods of setting up your mod, along with how to install tModLoader, which is where I will begin. In order to start modding, you will need the latest version of tModLoader. As of this video, the current version is 0.10.1.1, which is compatible with Terraria 1.3.5. You can download tModLoader from the link on screen now. Once you are on here, you will want to go to the download section and choose which version of Terraria you have. For me, it is Steam Windows. Once you have downloaded the zip file, extract the contents of the zip. Copy the contents of the folder and go to your Terraria installation folder. This is likely located at this directory. Once inside that folder, create a backup of your vanilla terraria.exe. Then paste and overwrite anything it asks. If everything worked out, your terraria.exe will have the jungle tree as the icon, and it will be around 11,000 kilobytes. If your terraria.exe is still the normal tree and is around 10,000 kilobytes, then you have done something wrong. If you are asked to replace any files, make sure to choose yes. Once you have done that, open your terraria.exe. You may have to do this inside of Steam, and once it loads, in the lower left corner it should say the version of tModLoader you are using. If it doesn't, then please follow the previous steps again. With that done, we are now able to set up our development workspace. The first thing you will need is an IDE. I recommend using Visual Studio for this. When you install, make sure that you install the C# framework, otherwise you will not be able to mod. If you don't want to use Visual Studio, there are other IDEs that will work, or you can use a text editor like Notepad++. You will also need a drawing program if you intend to do sprite work with your mod. I recommend Esprit. If you are not able to spend money, however, Piskel is a good alternative. Once you have both the programs installed, you are ready to develop your first mod. Let's cover the first method of creating a mod, and this is the simplest method to do for new modders, and that is to use the mod skeleton, which can be downloaded from this link here. Simply enter your mod's name. This will become the namespace for your mod, so make sure there are no spaces. Your mod display name, this is what people will see when they download your mod. The first item's name, again, no spaces or special characters as this is what the class will be called. And finally the mod author, which will be you. Once done, click Generate Skeleton and save the newly created zip file. Extract the contents of the zip to wherever you want. I recommend creating a modding folder and placing it in there as it will make life a lot easier. Once done, if you have Visual Studio or any IDE that allows you to open .csproj files, open the mod name .csproj file. Inside your IDE, you might be given a warning. Just accept it, as it is a trustworthy and safe source. Once open, just press the Save All button and create your solution, or just press Save. Start debugging and everything should work. If your terraria.exe is not in the following directory, then please use method 2 of setting up your mod. Method 2 is for those that want to build from the ground up, or Mac, Linux or GOG users. The first thing you want to do is create a new project. Select Classic Class Library. This must be Classic, Universal is more for Windows 10. Then enter the name of the mod. Do not use spaces or any special characters. You will also want to uncheck Create Directory for Solution if you can. Once done, click OK. Inside the Solution Explorer, right-click on the References. and select Add Reference. You will then want to add a reference to the Terraria.exe file. This will be located wherever Terraria is installed. The next step is to create a build.txt file in your mod, and inside the txt file you will add buildignore equals *solution, *csproj, *user, object / bin / .vs /. This will just prevent certain files from being compiled into the mod. For this next part, please make sure you have XNA framework installed. Sometimes when you install Terraria, it will also install the framework for you. To check, go to this folder and you should have 3 or 4 XNA folders: Microsoft.xna framework, Microsoft.xna framework.graphics, Microsoft.xna.framework.game, and Microsoft.xna.framework.exact. If you have these, then the next step is easy. Once again, go to Add Reference, and this time go to the above folders and add each of the XNA DLL files. Once all are added, you should now have Terraria, Microsoft.xna framework, Microsoft.xna framework.game, Microsoft.xna.framework.graphics, and maybe Microsoft.xna.framework.exact in your references. Now double click on Properties, and if your target framework is not .NET Framework 4.5, set it to that. The next step is to go into Build Events, and inside the Post Build Event command line, enter the following. If you want to debug your mod, and I recommend you do, then you will next want to go to the Debug tab, select Start External Program and choose your Terraria.exe. And inside the working directory, enter the path of where your Terraria.exe folder is located. Do not add Terraria.exe to the end. Open your build.txt file again and add include pdp equals true. If you wish to be able to pause and edit your mod while you are testing, then return to Build Events and add the following to the end of your Post Build Event command line. Now to finally get creating your first mod. If a class was created when you started your project, will likely be called Class 1, delete it and create a new class which will be called whatever you want your mod to be called, for example, Tutorial Mod. You will want to add the following using references to the top of the newly created class, using Terraria.modLoader. Then change your class to a public class and make it extend mod. In order to extend mod, place a colon after your class name and then add the mod class. It will look something like this. Now create your mods constructor and enter the following. With that done, you are now able to test your mod. If you are developing outside Visual Studio or another IDE that allows for debugging, then you will want to put your mod inside of the mod sources folder. This is located at. Then launch Terraria and select the option Mod Sources. Once inside, find your mod and click Build and Reload. If everything is done correctly, it should work. For those that can debug, simply start debugging and your mod will build and you will not have to go through mod sources. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If this video has helped you out, it would be a huge help if you clicked that like button. If you are not subscribed to my channel and want more Terraria Modding Master Classes, then please click that subscribe button and the bell alongside it to be notified for when I upload a video. If you wish to support me and the content that I create, then check out my Patreon for exclusive content and early access to videos. Until next time, thanks for watching and goodbye.